What up, everybody? Welcome to the Raw and True podcast.
Yo, yo, yo.
From our point of view, my name's Kevin. They call me Skebs.
My name is Gray.
And this is episode 1, the intro. So you're probably wondering what this podcast is going to be about, what we're basically focusing on. Well, mental health, specifically men, but I think mental health just in general. And for us, men's mental health is something that isn't really talked about, isn't really brought to everyone's attention or brought to the public. And truthfully, I feel like us starting to be advocates for this will help a lot. Mental health is very important for everybody, not just, those that kind of go through it, but just everybody in general, the whole entire population. And what you can expect from this podcast is basically from our point of view. We'll be covering a good amount of topics when it comes to like healing, trauma, your history. Sometimes people go through waves of emotions. Pretty much explain to you guys exactly how things went for us in our lives and how it can all tie together and exactly why we went through the type of journeys and healing journeys that we went on. I'm pretty sure most people know, as Asians, we have tendencies of like family members who are like, super traditional when it comes to like the upbringing and the rising of like how you should be in life, either be a doctor, a nurse, have a really good job with a stable career that you could provide and support for your families and all that kind of stuff. But let's be honest, not all of that kind of goes the way it wants. Not all of that kind of goes exactly how it's supposed to be planned. And we all kind of go on our own journey. So you can basically expect in this podcast from both of us, how we kind of went on our own ways and how we went through our own lives and what kind of obstacles or barriers we faced as men, and just give our own perspectives, our own journeys, our own stories, because everybody has their own stories and own journeys. And Gray, I don't know if you kind of wanted to touch base on anything else.
A little bit about myself. I am I am 34. I grew up in the Bay Area as well. And yeah, I have a son. He's 3 years old. I am a parent of an autistic child. Every day is a challenge, a learning curve. But, I feel the same. There isn't really too many resources to help, not necessarily battle mental health, but to kind of cope. I think everything is a process, and we're not experts or anything like that. We're just going to give our point of view from our experiences and hopefully be able to shine some light into other folks out there who are kind of in the same route, same journey, same battle, same maturities. Um, and yeah, that's all I got.
We're gonna try this out, see how everything goes. It's a very sensitive topic when it comes to just mental health in general. Not a lot of people out there like to discuss about it because it makes you vulnerable. It shares a side of you that nobody really likes to share because it's a touchy subject, you know? For men, at least, we're taught to hold it in or kind of like just set it and forget it, not even think about it anymore and kind of just put it to the side. Truth be told, we're in a generation where a lot of stuff is going on. Economy's not that great. Houses are just rising in prices. Inflation is also just picking up. Things that our parents could afford back in the days, they can't really say the same for now. And I feel like just for us, we're trying to bridge that gap. We're trying to make it more of a hot topic for everybody to speak about. So through this podcast, every single topic we touch on, it's basically just giving you guys a better perspective on what it's like for men's mental health and to help anybody out there as well. But it is mainly towards giving a positive light towards more people, and providing some positivity in this world. Because I'm not going to lie, we could all use some positivity, right? We could all use some positivity in this world because a lot of things are just like super, super negative, especially with everything that goes on in this world right now. I know for a fact that we might get a lot of haters out there. Some people might throw negativity our way because we're men and we're talking about sensitive subjects, especially being vulnerable and all that kind of stuff. But I honestly don't really care. Truth be told, as long as I can help somebody out there feel a little bit better about themselves or even seek any type of mental health care, that's a W for me. And so, yeah, we started this podcast because we wanted to share our perspectives. We wanted
Yep.
to share what it's like to be single at 32, and having a kid, an autistic kid at the age that Gray's at. I don't remember your age, but
21.
exactly 21. 19 plus 10. 21. and this podcast, we're not going to be super serious all the time. We're going to have some jokes, we're going to have some laughter, have some banter, because when it comes to mental health, it's not always serious. Sometimes it's okay to joke around. That most comedians nowadays, they joke about their own mental stuff, and their own life and journey. They take their perspective of life and what they've been through, and they make it into a joke.
To kind of piggyback off what you were talking about, I truly do believe and know from experience that mental health, in terms of being a man in society, there's a stigma with being sensitive or being soft. Growing up in Oakland, California, in the '90s or so, there was a lot of like alpha males where you needed to essentially hold your ground and not be soft because people look down on you and consider you less of a man, less of a human, which is it's detrimental. It's painful to yourself. It's painful to your health spiritually and mentally, and the mind works with the body. So that stigma is exactly what we're trying to demolish with this podcast, by giving our point of views and our insight and our personal opinions. And Kevin mentions that he had a few friends that were from all walks of life, and I believe mental health is a word that is an umbrella for so many different facets of life, where all these things can affect you, such as finances, career, of course, family, school, whatever it may be. And it is true, all these things kind of are embodied into mental health. So we're hoping to kind of use this podcast as a audio journal, in a sense, where we're able to kind of talk about what we've been through, to hopefully show people out there that they're not the only ones that are experiencing these things, that are experiencing these thoughts. And yeah, that's all I got. All right, y'all, stay tuned for the next Raw and True podcast from our point of view. We out. Peace.